Hey, JK here. I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me. We are done with week 23, and that means we have either just gotten to the playoffs, which that's Kent Murphy dingers, or we have finished the playoffs. Not good. Or we are moving on. We'll figure out which teams are done and which teams are still in it. But first, we're going to go ahead and start with the Cheese Weasels. That's my Roto League. That's a league that just goes year in and year out, day after day, game after game. And the last day of the year is the last time you can update stats. So we have several guys with home runs, including 2 each from Lenin Sosa and Yordan Alvarez. Great to see him back, getting 4 hits a game for like 2 or 3 times in this past 2-week span. We also had 1 each from Trey Turner, Nico Horner, and Zach Neto. Both Nico Horner and Trey Turner added 1 stolen base each, along with Agustin Ramirez, my boy Sal Frelick, and finally Chandler Simpson stealing a base. How long's it been, man? Your legs all right? You didn't trip getting there, did you? Overall, we had hot weeks at the plate from Trey Turner, who went 10 for 23, Nico Horner, who went 8 for 25, and Yordan Alvarez, who went 13 for 26. Hopefully, 2 of those guys at least, Trey Turner, can keep it hot at the plate throughout the playoffs, or, just throughout continuing to play. We also had wins from Brandon Woodruff and also Paul Skeens, finally, and Ryan Pepiot. I know it's Pepio, but I always like to say it funny. You should know this by now. And also reliever Brian King. Skeens and Pepio threw absolute gems, along with Cade Horton. However, he unfortunately did not get a decision. We had holds from Abner Uribe and Jojo Romero, and we had saves from Abner Uribe and, unfortunately, Daniel Palencia. Oh, sad day. Got hurt. He's out. On the other side of things, we had guys who were not doing well at all. At the plate, we had guys who were very cold, including Lenin Sosa, 4 for 25, Spencer Torkelson, 5 for 23, and Mr. Agustin Ramirez, 3 for 23. Not going to cut it. Also, Zach Neto, 2 for 22. That's so unfortunate. We also did have a few guys who just could not figure out how to pitch and got wins and blown saves. Abner Uribe, Daniel Palencia, Pete Fairbanks, Emilio Pagan. I can just keep going, but you see the heartbreak already. So, as we talk about the adds and drops, I'm actually just going to talk to you about the stats that I'm close in or not close in. We are still leading in stolen bases, saves, and strikeouts. We are 2 behind the next guy in home runs, 1 behind the next guy in RBIs, and we are 5 walks behind the next guy. So very easily could grab some more points here soon. We are very close in wins. We're 5 behind. We're 8 behind in holds. We are last in OPS and in losses and in blown saves. So probably not going to climb out of that hole, unfortunately, but could be worse, I guess. So again, we just have to continue to focus on making sure that we can improve what we can improve. Obviously, the pitching, that can always be improved. We can always have more wins, always maintain strikeouts, saves, stay ahead, don't fall behind there. And of course, holds, grab a few more of those. Offensively, there are a few categories we can try to continue to jump in, or at least try to gain traction in, but we're so far behind in certain categories, it's pretty much a lost cause. But again, we want to at least put up a fight. I'm looking to try to get into at least 3rd, finish no worse than 3rd this year, because we've been as high as 3rd, as low as like 7th. Ooh, those were dark days. So again, we'll keep fighting, trying to grab a few more points here and there. We're now going to move to the Kent Murphy Dingers, where last week we fell apart and forgot how to play on Sunday. Fell from 1st to 3rd. So now we had a redemption arc. Really, it was just make sure we beat the worst team in the league, and maybe with a little bit of help, we could be 1st team in the league, and we did. We ended up winning 8 categories to 2, and 1st and 2nd place fell to their opponents. So I took over number 1 team in the league. What's up? So I get a 1st round bye. But before we get too comfortable just chilling, sitting back and relaxing, we got to talk about the guys that did well for us. We did have 2 home runs each and 3 RBIs from Eugenio Suarez and Nick Kurtz. We had 1 home run each from Mr. Jose Altuve, Matt Olson, Zach Neto, and Bryce Turang. We also had several stolen bases. Woo-hoo. And I say it with that emphasis because there were some surprises. First of all, Bryce Turang. Second of all, Sal Frelick. Third of all, Chandler Simpson. Again, glad to see you here, buddy. And then Shea Langoliers, the catcher. Woo-hoo! That's why it's so surprising that we had 4 stolen bases, 1 coming from Mr. Shea Langoliers. We had wins from Hunter Brown, Carlos Rodon, and Christopher Sanchez, and an immaculate inning from Mason Miller. The very first strike of the inning, questionable, but the other 8 were pretty good. So, now it's time to talk about the guys that didn't do well for us. Luckily, we didn't need too much, but our relievers. First of all, Daniel Palencia, you got hurt. That stinks. Move on. Also, Keegan Aiken. Come on, brother. Need you to do so much better. I know you're on a Baltimore Orioles team that kind of just... Well, we're here. We're not making playoffs, so let's see what we can do. But I need you to step up, man. Unfortunately, Calvin Foucher, or Foucher, or however you say his name, and Brian Abreu also just fell flat. Parker Messick had a terrible start. Brian Wu had a very uncharacteristic start, so that's frustrating. And let's lock in for the playoffs, man. The worst performance this past week was Bubba Chandler. You got rocked. I don't know why it'd be a good idea starting you against the Milwaukee Brewers from myself as a fantasy aficionado or from the Pirates' point of view, but bro, you didn't do well at all. We also had some guys that were super cold to the plate, including Jose Altuve, that stinks. Mr. Zach Neto, that also stinks. But Alec Boehm, oh, man, you won the IL this week. Good thing I already picked up another third baseman, Mr. Eugenio Suarez. The ads drops were pretty short this week. We added Parker Messick and Calvin Foucher. We dropped Parker Messick and Ian Seymour Butts. At the end of the regular season, we are 14-6-2. Number 1 team in the league, have a first-round bye, so that is nice. We'll be sitting back and watching. And we have already used several of our waiver wire pickups. Ooh, waiver wire pickups. We've put guys on IL. We put guys on NA. Getting ready for next week, but also next season. I don't want to wish it away too fast, but again, got to be smart because people are panic dropping, especially at the beginning of the season. But end of the season, hey, the dead weight, they're not helping me. I want to win now. Well, that's fine. I'll be more than happy to pick up your dead weight and store them as best I can. So now we're going to move to the Funky Junky Joker Monkeys of the Fantrack League. This week was a bye week for us, so it's nice to be able to sit back, relax, chilling, relaxing, all cool and stuff like that. But again, can't be too comfortable looking ahead to see what we have going on. So we're going to be playing the 5th seed, as the 5th seed was able to beat the 4th seed. Now, we have played twice already this year, as you do most of the time, and the people you meet in the playoffs. In week 6, I was able to pick up the victory, 533 to 438. And in week 17, I also picked up a victory, much closer though, 618 to 598. So while I did pick up wins in both the weeks we played, that does not mean anything, honestly. Again, 2 different teams that face off each other in 6 and 17. Very different team that will be coming in and facing another very different team here in week 24, as it will be. Do have some matchups I'm a little worried about, mainly because some of my gem throwers are going against some other top-notch teams. You know, I'm kind of scared of the Mets. I'm scared of the Phillies. The Blue Jays, very tough. I mean, if Vladdy Daddy can get going even more than what he already is. This is also a capped start league, so we have 13 starts. And I think I'm able to comfortably get 11, but I have to find a few more throughout the week. And I think I've pinpointed who it's going to be, but at the same time, that could always change. Injuries, abbreviated starts, bulk relievers. The world is my oyster, right? So, looking forward to this week, what we're in now. So we're in the midst of a playoff game. So I'm not going to give too much away, but again, feel confident because you got to be confident in what you have. This team, for the most part, got me here. Let's roll with them, right? Now we're going to move to the ESPN platforms and first talk about the South Harmon Institute of Technology. I am in the midst of a 2-week playoff game, and I ended week 1 with an 11-4 lead and whatever, how many ties. So, should feel good, right? No. First of all, this is me. This is J-Cake. I can collapse just like that. Also, there's still a lot of baseball to be played. So I'm not feeling good with an 11-4 lead because it has changed since then. I'm still leading, but it is not 11-4 right now. So again, have to be mindful, and you can see I have already put the guys who we've added throughout the week on either side of myself. So being smart with who we're starting, who we're not starting, the pickups, again, is a keeper league. So trying to not overthink it. Let's not get cute. I have made that mistake. So maybe I'll learn from my mistake. Maybe I won't. We'll see. So this is the team, for the most part, that got us here. We didn't do a whole lot of waiver wire offense pickups because we felt good about it. Now, the pitching, there was a ton because of saves and holds and wins and Ks and all that good stuff. But like I said, rock with the team that got us here. Feel good about it. We have to finish this week, and then we will finish the year. Got to finish strong. Remember to the Peach Creek Purgatory team, where we are also in a 2-week playoff game. And at the end of week 1, we had a 20-point lead. Okay. That's exactly how it should be, right? A little closer than I expected, but it's all good. However, as I record this on Wednesday night, I'm staring down a loss. And this is not the time to get our 5th loss of the season, I tell you that, because I tried to get cute. We had some terrible starts. We also had some just really bad relief appearances. I tried to get cute with some guys. Picked up Jonathan Cannon as a bulk reliever. He lost me points. Nestor Cortez lost me points. Shelby Miller got hurt, lost me points. Greg Spire forgot how to pitch, lost me points. Jansen Junk was one of my starters, lost me points. Martin Perez got pummeled. I don't know why I thought it'd be a good idea to start him against the Tigers, but I did. He got me -10. So I think I would be at, Nestor Cortez got me -15. Perez got me -10. Jansen Junk got me -2. That's 27 points that I would have right now. And then should have more because I don't think everyone's getting me negative if I start them, right? So that is unfortunate. So if it's a close game, I'm be very, very upset with those 3. But again, it was my choice to start them, so it is what it is. But we do still have, as of today, 10 pitchers left. We're starting 4 of them today, though. We're firing them up. So let's hope that we can make this comeback. We're going to need it. That hurts to say, but we're going to need it. Haven't really done a whole lot with the waiver wire. We've done some, but we're going to work it a little more, especially with relievers for this week because we have cap starts. So the last team we're talking about is the Russell My Gym Jams team. And last week, or 2 weeks ago now, I beat the same guy I'm going against in week 1 of playoffs. And he was pissed off. He was mad. So he made sure there was no chance. I lost 1 category to 13 to 2 or whatever. I don't even know how many categories we tied in. Yeah, it was bad. No one really did well. And you could say, oh, well, it was close. And No. It was close in like 3. And I won 1 of them. So it was not close at all. There were a few key contributors who tried. Hunter Goodman led us with 4 extra base hits, 6 RBIs, and 2 home runs, while Mr. Jose Altuve had 3 extra base hits, 4 RBIs, and 4 walks. Lenine Sosa had 2 home runs, while we had a plethora of saves from Sean Armstrong, Keegan Aiken, Jared Koenig, Kenley Jansen, and Cade Smith. That's who did well for us. There were a lot of people that didn't do well for us. The guys who were ice cold at the plate. Lenine Sosa, you had 2 home runs, but you were 3 for 20-something. That's not good. Alec Bohm, you just got hurt, dude. And also Taylor Ward, 2 for 16 or 2 for 14 or whatever. Wilson Contreras, you got suspended. And you didn't do well for me at the plate. I think like 1 for 16, 2 for 16, something like that. 2 of the most disappointing guys for me this past probably month, Jose Altuve and Xavier Edwards. I expected extra base hits. I expected some runs scored, and I expected stolen bases. More so from Xavier Edwards about the stolen bases, more so extra base hits and our home runs from Altuve, but Neither one of you really did much. That's unfortunate. Terrible outings from Martin Perez, Max Scherzer, and Nestor Cortez. We also had more bad outings relief-wise from Greg Spire, Jason Adam, Shelby Miller, and Luke Weaver. Go figure. A Yankees player doing poorly from the bullpen. Huh. While we go ahead and wrap up for the Russell My Jim Jams team, you can see the ads dropped for this last week beside me. We are still going to be playing because we could very well get our buy-in back. I mean, I think it's like $25, $50, something like that. So it'll be nice to get that back, but still going to be playing, still chugging away at it. It's nice to not owe people money. So we did end this year with 160 wins, 132 losses, and 60 ties. We are in 4th place to end the season. That's huge because last year we were like 8th or 9th. So very happy with how things turned out. There's not going to be a people I think you should add because it is a crazy, crazy time right now on waiver wires. We know people are flying off teams and flying on them faster than we can even figure out what's going on or who's available. So make sure you're looking over. You're going to be able to find some big stars there. If you have the opportunity to stash them, please do. Again, that's what I've done in some of my leagues, hopefully using them as trade bait to better my team, but also the other's team. That's important. I always explain my trades, and that might be a downfall. I want people to know why I'm looking for this particular person or why I'm wanting to give you this person. I don't think I make bad trades. Other people might think I do. It is what it is. This is where I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to go make a football video because fantasy football is back, baby. But for baseball, and as always, this is J-Cake. I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me.